Hey, this is Tonya with FabFaithLife coming with another vlog. And today I just kind of want to talk about some of the backstory of how last time I talked about I may or may not have quit my job. So I kind of want to give a little background on what's going on and kind of how I got to that point. So basically all last year, I was 49 years old, and all of last year, all I did was just daydream. I had this strong desire to just get out and just see the world. I'm a traveler. I love to travel. I love planning trips. I love packing for trips. I love cars. I love planes. I love trains. I love standing in line at the airport. I just love it all. I just get a lot of energy from travel. You know, there's no line too long for me. I just love it all. And I've been blessed to do a lot of traveling. I've taken some great road trips, and a lot of these some of this I've done by myself, and other times it's been family trips and whatnot. So now, though, I've never really been outside of the U.S. with the exception of going to Canada, been to Mexico, been to, of course, the Caribbean on some great cruises. And so I really have a desire to go to some places that I never wanted to go before. So all last year, I was dreaming about how could I make that happen. And not only did I have a desire to go there, if possible, I would love to live overseas and just experience life and, you know, the day-to-day aspects of life in another country. And so all last year, I spent all last year just dreaming, plotting how could I make this happen. But the way my financial bills are set up and my job and all that, there was just absolutely no way. All the avenues I'd looked at, you know, they're great before you have grown-up issues, you know, grown-up things that you have to deal with. If you do them when you're young, fresh out of college, before you get the house and, you know, all of that kind of thing. So I just, you know, I thought about it. I was like, one day, you know, I have the opportunity to be able to do that. And I also really had a heart to do something that combined using my God-given talents and abilities and my work experience and, you know, my interest in e-commerce and entrepreneurship and marketing and, you know, I have a background in IT, using all of that and combining it, you know, to do something with kind of a ministry focus. I was very interested in that. So that was all of most of 2018. So I turned 50. This is 50. Hashtag this is 50. I turned 50 in August. And so, you know, I did some things and still just, you know, kind of like Mary said in the Bible, she kept these things in her heart. There's a scripture that talks about some things when people would tell her things about Jesus and she would come in and it would say Mary kept these things in her heart. So that's kind of how I was about this new desire that really cropped out just to go out and see the world. Fast forward to December, and I think it was on a Tuesday, one Tuesday or Wednesday at work, and all of a sudden my company announces a buyout. I'm like, really? Now they've done this before. They did the last one, I believe, in 2013, and at that time I wasn't able to take it, grown-up issues. But I did remember, I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, when they offer the next buyout, I want to be able to take it. So initially, you know, over the last 5 or 6 years since then, every time that would come to my mind, I would say, Lord, when they offer the next buyout, I want to be able to take it. So fast forward to December, and the company offers this buyout. And initially, I was like, man, girl, who are you kidding? That is so not, worst time ever. But because I've been praying that prayer, I prayed about it. I prayed about it, and then one Saturday I was praying about it, and it's like the Lord said, get up and crunch some numbers. And so I got up, got on my computer, got on my spreadsheet, crunched some numbers based on kind of what my company said. Here's how we're going to handle that, and here's about how much we're going to pay and all that thing. And an hour or two later, and I was like, okay, what seemed impossible was so possible. With the numbers, it would allow me to get completely out of debt, pay off my car, just about. I'm keeping the student loan, but clear out all of my debt, be able to, do some things for my family that I need to do. And I was like, wow, I'll be in better shape leaving than I would if I stayed. So that's one side of it. So then I started to pray, and, I changed my prayer. I said, Lord, bless me to be able to be accepted for it. And my first prayer was because that was just an initial announcement. And, they told us it would be February 15th. That would be the day when they come out, you get your personalized, detailed information about your offer. And the way it works at my company, they send everyone who's eligible, meaning you've been there 10 years or more, everyone who's eligible, if you're eligible, you'll get a letter with the details of your buyout offer, and then you have up until, I think, April 1st to submit it. And then there's no guarantee that because you submit it, you'll be accepted. So one of my first prayers was, Lord, when the letter comes out on February 15th, I want to know what to do. And the Lord blessed me. When that letter came out, actually, I was late at work on February 14th. And I was getting ready to log out of my computer about 8 something. And I'll go to my email, and the buyout email comes with the document in it. Print it out, take it home. When I went to work the very next day, signed it and submitted it. So it's on its way. So now my prayer is that the Lord would bless me to be accepted. And I believe it. I believe God did this just for me, because it's something else He wants me to move into. And all those desires that I had all last year, to combine travel and to do something creative, do something entrepreneurial, and to do something, even working with a ministry, to combine all of that and just move into doing something different. So that's how I said I may or may not have quit my job. In my mind, I'm gone. But, the final approval will come in April. So that's the background story of how I got there. So what am I going to do, you may ask? That's a really good question. So the concept, when I've been at this company over 20 years. I know I don't look like it. I started when I was like 2. But anyway, so I've been at this company 20-something years. And so it is a wonderful place to work. I have been so fortunate. Like with anything, it's a corporation. Like with anything, your experience at your company is hugely dictated by your manager, your organization. I've been fortunate. I've probably worked in 7 or 8 different organizations. I've worked in a variety of roles. I've worked in tech support. I've worked in program management. I've worked in project planning. I've developed websites. I'm currently working in sales education, building out e-learning. I've just been fortunate to have done a variety of things. And one thing I do like about it is that I've been able to do a bunch of things. So once I would get bored with one area, I just get bored, and I'd start looking around, to see what else find something else I was interested in. And the Lord would bless me to be able to, move into a completely different arena. So I do like that about, working for a large company that has all these different areas. So, but I really feel, and I started feeling like this last year, that, it's just time for a change. It's time for a change. And I believe the Lord has just orchestrated this whole thing just for little old me. Maybe some other people too, but just for little old me, to give me this opportunity to just be able to, plot a different course for the next 50 years. So that's the background story of how I got here. Thanks for listening. Please like, follow, share with any of your other midlife friends who are also going through the midlife readjustment. Is what I'm hashtag midlife readjustment, where you feel different about things. Your outlook on life is different. You kind of want to do some different things, and especially single women, because that's something a lot of times when you have kids and you have a family, it looks a bit different. Although by this time, a lot of it, if you had your kids at a certain age, then your kids are headed off to college, and so you're kind of readjusting. So there are a lot of reasons why women do midlife readjustment. These are just mine, but I'd love to hear your stories. Like and share, And until next time, be blessed. This is Tonya with Fab Faith Life.